I've been busy with a lot of art, so when it comes to getting to certain interesting media, I've been a bit behind. Tonight, I watched Weapons. The movie answered so many of my questions and left me with tons more. Let's break this down and dive into what we thought about the ending. One night at 2:17 a.m., with seemingly no prompt, all children but one in a third grade classroom left their homes and never came back. The town was distraught, and the only leads on this are the one child that hasn't gone missing and the teacher, both seemingly leading nowhere. The characters it follows are flawed in so many realistic ways. It's absolutely interesting to see their dysfunction play out during what can only be described as an absolute tragedy. This movie was extremely ambiguous. Like I said, there's a lot of answers, but a ton more questions. What's going to happen to the people that are left? Will the kids ever be the same? What's up with the witchcraft? Why was it such an abrupt end? It leaves you so lost in every thought you have. The biggest one for everyone: what the f was up with that gun? I've heard that the director isn't giving answers for some of these things and doesn't have answers for others. It's okay though. When this happens, I think there's a very clear reason for it. It's perception. What the movie is meant to be perceived as gives a whole new take on how we think about the questions we have. I think the mystery is meant to be just that, a mystery. Theories spiral into legend. This movie is a campfire tale. Spoilers for Weapons. I don't know if I said that before, but I gotta say it now. The story is started as told by a child spreading what is equivalent to a campfire horror tale. If you're looking for answers to this movie, think about it from that lens. This one person telling the story isn't going to have all the answers. There will be some answers, and that's what drives people to think. But what happens at the end of the tale? I'm all in for intricate, definitive answers in a story, but if we're looking at the framework, follow me through a thought experiment for a second. Imagine being sat with some friends and maybe a few strangers at a campfire. There are jokes and talks of all types of things, but then there's a pause. Someone starts with, "Did you hear about those kids that went missing?" Imagine another confirms, "You mean that class of kids that left in the middle of the night?" Inevitably, we hear the question, "What are you talking about?" Now the story begins. The premise is given, and every character name card of the movie is someone asking a different question, and people giving the answers they have. That's it. We go through all of the different things we know and share all the bits of information we have from different angles. At every perspective, someone else chimes in with something they heard or read. Eventually, we reach the end of the definitive information. The next thing said is, "What do you think happened next?" Or, "What do you think that means?" This and every other question you have at the end of the movie is what comes up. I think that's the point. Like I said before, this movie is a campfire tale. I love the aspect of that when it comes to horror.